So now that Marvel is moving away from the multiverse saga and they're trying to focus more on actual characters in universe, let's talk about why the Marvel multiverse saga did not go well. Because we have seen good multiverse stories before. Into the Spider-Verse is fantastic. The Arrowverse had some very good multiverse crossover episodes. So what did Marvel do that made it kind of shit? I think one of Marvel's biggest issue was that they didn't actually explore these alternate worlds. What Into the Spider-Verse did a great job of doing is making each character have their own unique style and each world have its own unique style. So when Miles actually goes to that world and then you see the artistic style and you see the different culture of the people that he's traveling to, it makes the universes feel distinct and unique. As opposed to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, when he goes to his different planets, it's just, kind of just like Earth. The Illuminati were cool, but we've seen most of those guys before, except for Mr. Fantastic. That was cool to see John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. And another issue when you do the multiversal saga is sometimes things just get so big. This is a problem that Rick and Morty actually talks about. When you have an infinite timeline with infinite possibilities and infinite amount of things happen, it's hard for things to matter and it's hard for there to be actual significance. Because say there is a guy named Galactus coming to eat your planet, if there's an infinite timelines with infinite amount of planets, you could just go to a new timeline. You could kill the Fantastic Four from that timeline and just hang out there. So if you want to make a story that actually has some stakes, you have to have a multi-reversal killing threat, like Kang was supposed to be. Someone that can destroy every single universe and every single timeline. But the problem is, when you introduce a villain who is that big, who is that powerful, who will destroy the universe, it's really hard for us to relate to that. And because of course your heroes are going to win, because you never want to end the stories, they make so much money. You're not going to have the villains win. Eventually the heroes are going to win. It's really hard to have your heroes, who are just usually pretty standard, beat someone who's a multiversal threat. I think because of all of those reasons, that's why the multiverse didn't really work for Marvel. And that doesn't mean that they shouldn't ever do a multiverse movie again. I think that they can do one well. Into the Spider-Verse is a great example. No Way Home. No Way Home was solid, but maybe we should take a back seat with multiversal stuff. Maybe that would be the best idea.